Hey YouTube, Matty's8012. We are here with Adam Horn. Adam, you just made an accomplishment that even I haven't done. I've topped a couple regionals, but I've never gotten first place. You got first place at the Louisville Regional yesterday, which is December 5th. Yeah, there you go. I remembered.
Yep, and it was my very first top 8 too.
Yes, so. It was your first top.
I feel so accomplished because it took its sweet time coming here, and I finally got my top 8 in first place. On top of that, so
yeah.
And I've had some fairly good matchups too, and which reminds me, I have my matchups on my phone. So
look at this. He even went into all that. All right, what was the matchups?
Oops, wrong one. Okay, round 1, I faced against Brilliant PePe. I 2-0'd him because some minor misplays he made. Tellers, I drew all the advantage. Game 1, he went to that rank 4 that took like 5 level 4 warriors.
Rahungamungaga?
Yeah, and I just flipped warning and scooped there. In Game 2, I just played Max C, drew a lot more cards, and I drew warning again, and yeah, I ended up 2-0ing them there. Round 3 was Majespecter Pure, so kind of like the mirror match, but he wasn't running the PePe and all that stuff with it. I 2-0'd him as well, and then there was an Odd Eyes Pendulum Magician deck that ended up being 2-1. Round 5 was Infernoids, 2-1, flipped Imperial Iron Wall and ended up winning that one. Round 6 was Tellers again. I 2-0'd him because he drew garbage. He had Mirror Force and all that stuff that didn't hurt me, so I ended up winning there. Round 7 was Magician Pendulums, and with the little Majespecter engine also. I ended up getting through two Pendulum Scales, 2 Avians on board, and he had the Majespecter Unicorn on board, and I ended up clearing that and just ended up winning. And round 8 was Cosmos. He made some minor misplays, and I ended up 2-0ing him. That was like my fastest match, was the last round.
So you get to that last round, man, and especially if you're XO at that point, you're just so tired. Like
yeah, 2 hours of sleep and an energy drink, and that's what kept me going all day. But I kept focused. I played my butt off yesterday, and I'm pretty happy about it. Everything deck did what it had to do. So
let's get into this deck profile.
All right, this is PePe Majespecters. Obviously the standard, the best one. 3 Raccoon, searches any monster when it's normal or special, including itself. So if you ever brick or anything, you can just always summon one to add another, and just keep your searches going. So yeah, and it's a 5 scale, so yes, that can be pretty important. Next, running 3 Fox, the second best one. It being a low scale is really important, and this guy searches the traps. Tempest being the best one. This is really how Majespecters can really compete, is because of Tempest, because it stops so much stuff and it being a counter trap.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 Fox. I'm only running 2 Cat. They say it is the slowest one, yes, but I run 2 because I run Luster Pendulum, and it will. That way you can search for another one with Luster, and then you'll complete your scales, and then you'll at least have a summon on board.
Yeah.
And in face search your Raccoon or whatever, which is mainly your only target's Raccoon to search. And the last Majespecter, 1 Crow, because the spell cards and Majespecters are not that great. And it being a 5 scale really doesn't do much.
I want to play this just so I can play Yada again.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I have one of also. And it being a level 4 is kind of important every now and then.
Yeah.
And if you ever need the 5 scale, yeah, he's there. This broken mess right here, 3 Luster.
Yeah.
He just makes combos go off really well. The main combos is obviously with this guy you'll see later.
Flesh Fire.
But also, like I said, with the Cat and with the Fox, you can just pop one, search another, have your scale completed, and then summon the Fox you just recently popped, or your Cat, and you get your searches.
Yeah, it's just dumb.
So, like, opening Raccoon in this is great, too, so it'll get you through these guys. So, yeah, it's really great. Synergizes really well. And obviously, I'm running the PePe version, so 3 Flesh Fire. I ran the PePe version over the Magician engine because I think the Magician
is just busted.
Flesh Fire and Luster is really dumb.
Yeah.
But the fact that is in the grinding game, the PePes do a lot more. Because they're all floaters. They damage Juggler's so good too. Just being able to stop Cosmo attacks and just keep on gaining advantage. The Magician ones I think is too linear. Even though Pendulum Call is really good, I wanted to have something more combo based, something I can go into my extra deck a lot more. And plus, I think Magician Pendulum loses to Wavering Eyes a lot more than this, because at least if you have Plush Fire in your Pendulum Zone, you'll get something out of it if they Wavering Eyes you. So yeah, 3 Plush, and I'm also running Triple Mirror Conductor. I bumped it up to 3 because the low scale is really important. You want to have another Perform Mage to search for. And it makes your Majespecter guys actually run over stuff it couldn't usually run over with this guy's effect. So
He's really good.
Yep.
3, this guy, probably the best Perform Mage, being able to stop effect damage, battle damage, and being able to search all in one card is just insane.
Oh, yeah.
And the last one's 2, Trick Clown. I don't run Hat Tricker, mainly because with pure PePe, they can do a lot more with Hat Tricker. They can have Natural Beast, Trishula, and everything with Hat Tricker. With me, I would just like to have the second floater just to, poke for more damage also.
Sure.
Well, that's it for the monsters. 23, I think, should be. For the spells, Triple Wavering Eyes, the most busted card of the format. Probably the MVP of the regional I went to.
Like, we were playing a game last week before last, and you Wavering Eyes me for 4, and I had nothing to do. I scooped at that point. Like, it was like turn 1, my first turn. Like, the Wavering Eyes for 4 was just stupid.
When I mentioned earlier about I was going against game 1, he summoned 2 Avians and the Majespecter Pegasus, or Unicorn, and he had 2 scales on board with the Pendulum Call active, so I couldn't destroy him. I drew, my opening hand was Raccoon, Trick Clown, Tornado, Majespecter Tornado, and 2 Wavering Eyes. So what I did was a normal Raccoon. I activated his effect. He negated it first with Avian, bounced it back to his hand. So even though it's negated, it stays on board because it doesn't die. So I ended up setting Tornado and double Wavering because I couldn't activate them then because that'd be dumb. And I had Plush Fire in hand, so I activated Plush Fire, and then I passed turn. And he's like, okay, draw. And during this draw phase, I flipped Tornado to tribute to bait out the second Avian that was on board. It went back to his hand, and then I'm like still in draw phase, Wavering Eyes. So I ended up popping my Plush Fire, his 2 scales, ended up banishing his Unicorn because this doesn't target.
Yeah.
And I ended up adding my Luster and
It was basically game over for him there.
Yeah, that's just dumb.
I made an unstoppable board he had, and I got around it with just this card.
Yeah.
Which is, I didn't even need the second Wavering Eyes. It was just there for protection if he had a damage juggler or whatever. But yeah, this card's stupid.
Triple Upstart Goblin for consistency. You just want to get to your stuff a lot faster.
Yeah.
I ran these over Max D's in the main because I think these do more if you're especially going game 1. Double MST because I just want to have an Alta Floodgates in my deck. If I didn't main these, I would just lose to Skill Drain and lose a turn and everything.
Yeah.
The one Foolish, because if you're running Perform Mages, this becomes a Plush Fire, Mirror Conductor, Trick Clown, and a Special Summon Trick Clown. But yeah, if you're running Perform Mages, you run that. One Raigeki, this actually helped out a lot. The Dweller in Raigeki play is really powerful against Cosmos, and I decided just to put this back in. It was originally the second Horn of Heaven, but they ruled it at the regional. Rocha said it can only stop 1 Pendulum Summon.
It only stopped 1.
It only stopped 1, so not multiple, so that's why I took out one of them. And now for the Majespecter Spells and Traps. I run the 1 Cyclone because it's not that great. It's okay. It's a quick play, so you use it. 1 Tornado because, that can disrupt plays also, and probably the best card. 3 Majespecter Solemn Notice. Basically is what it is. I ran this ratio because they really can clog. I used to run 2 of this also and 2 of this, and I decided I keep drawing way too much of them with only 1 Majespecter on board. So this was a really good ratio. I always run 3 of this. That's probably why the Magician Pendulums are running Majespecters, because they can search this.
Yes.
That's why it's so good.
But yeah, and the last traps.
The 1 Warning, and I did run the 1 Horn of Heaven still, even though with that ruling, because it stops the Farm Girl normal summon. It stops even Denko Sekka. That can be a problem.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was pretty good.
And I used it a couple times when they pendulum for 1 too, so it actually became useful.
For the extra deck, I play 1 Igniter. Really, really stupid card. Really good card against Cosmos, being able to bounce their big ships, because that's like one of the main issues with this is Cosmos. They're like really strong, and there's not much you can do with the big ships. Paladin also only run 1 because that's really all you need for this variant anyway. If you're like bricking or something, this becomes a instant. You can just in phase add your Raccoon and just keep your engine going. Really good. Double Castel.
I love this, by the way. Double Castel is just so dumb.
I went with Double Castel because of Pendulum Call, really. That's really my main reason, just being able to bounce one of their scales instead of, because obviously can't destroy them that turn. So that was just in case for that reason. But yeah, it's really good. Diamond Dare to out back row just to keep your advantage going and then get your clown searches and whatever. Instead of the second Igniter, I decided to put Emerald in. So basically, I can just recycle this if I ever need it.
Yeah, just put it back in with them.
And yeah, and you can go through your engine a lot with the Perform Mages, so I can just put them back in and just keep my pluses going. 1 Dweller, it's really good. I really can't abuse it as much because I don't run Gigabyte, making it 22. But still, having Dweller just stops a lot of stuff. Cowboy for game, basically. Ragna Zero, because of the mirror conductor little combo, you can alter their attack, summon this, pop it, draw a card. So yeah. And the other ones I'm going to mention a little bit. Heartland Draco.
To attack directly.
To attack directly. Crab King to clash with Dark Destroyer also.
Yeah.
One of the best cards. And the one I went in the most today is Trapeze Magician. Being able to not take damage is really, really important because of Farm Girl. That's how ended up me winning round 8 because my opponent didn't read my card.
Yeah.
And the rank 3s, I run the one Acid Golem. Like I said, another out to Dark Destroyer and gets over the Big Bird, like everybody's playing now. One Nightmare Shark, same reasoning with Heartland. And the one Totem Bird, which actually comes in real handy.
Totem Bird's so good.
Yeah, negating any spells and traps. And another thing with Trapeze, I'm running these cards because these become potential 4,000 attack directlies with Trapeze Magician, being able to detach and target one to attack for 4,000. And these become, if it's an open board, if you have this or Acid Golem in this, it becomes 85 damage directly. So that's an OTK right there with those 2 cards against an open board.
All right, let me see the side deck.
All right. I ended up siding 3 Mexi because it's good. Good against Teller Knights, which I actually played against. It's good against PePe, especially, just being able, because they love to spam their special summons. And that's basically it that I can really think top of my head right now. 3, for the PePe. This card is so stupid. It is really, really good. The main reason I bumped this up to 3 because it gets rid of Miss Valley, Apex Avian. Like you force their activation somehow, then they activate, then you chain this to pop their Avian, and since it didn't resolve, fully, you can still get your other effect that you previously played. So yeah, and this stops any of the Magician Pendulums because they activate when they're in the Pendulum Zone. So you can activate this to kill Wisdom Eye, Oath Dragon, Dragon Pit. So yeah, it's really stupid, and I'm glad I put it in. 3 Cyber Dragon tries, or whatever you want to call it. I mainly ran this over core because it's an 18 beater 4-star, so it can easily just attack Farm Girl if I have to bait out Farm Girl. Or, and just, like I said, it's level 4. You can just do more Exceed plays with it. And, it actually
becomes level, it can become a level 5?
It can, but it doesn't really do nothing for me. But
I don't know what your synchro plays are. But.
No, there's no synchro plays with it. I didn't run core because it would conflict, because I side this and Imperial Iron Wall, and with core engraved, you wouldn't be able to banish it because of Iron Wall. So I didn't want those to conflict that much. So yeah, there's that, and obviously the 2 Chimera Techs, the side in, and
the side,
yeah, round 8 I ended up summoning this guy and just used Trapeze to make him attack for 4,000, ended up OTKing on that turn. So yeah, that was pretty great. The 3rd MST, obviously Dow back row.
Yeah.
And the 3 Iron Wall, and it's funny, I actually went against Infernoids, and this won me game 2 because of Iron Wall.
Yep.
But yeah, that is my deck profile.
All right, I appreciate it, bud. Any shout outs you want to give?
Yep, I want to give a shout out to all my friends that came with me. Even the guy that came in second actually rode with me down to regional also. So we had the 1st and 2nd place people just in my car on there and back.
And the 6th place too, didn't?
Yeah.
Didn't Alex ride with you?
No,
he rode. They rode. But anyway, another one of the Onsboro guys made.
Yeah, shout out to RJ and Alex who made 2nd and 6th. Shout outs to, let's see. Shout outs to this lovely lady right here because I can't be anything without her. So then that'll be it.
You're sucking up for something. What do you need? What are you wanting?
And I guess shout outs to Jason for letting me borrow some of his cards also. Because he gave
that's
me
all I'm good for anymore. I don't ever have a chance to play test and really play for the these regionals and stuff. I'm just here to borrow so people can borrow cards from me.
Yep, that is my deck profile.
All right, bud. Appreciate it. Subscribe, comment down below, show us how much you love us.